Okay, so we're continuing our look at exporting our printable document. And nowadays, when you're creating a printable document, we can use the PDF standard. And that's basically the best way to send a document onto the printers is as a PDF. The printer, in many circumstances, may accept other formats. Sometimes they'll even accept PSDs, EPS files, etc. But most of the time, if you ask the printer what they would prefer, and they will more than likely recommend the PDF option. Now, the PDF stands for portable document format, and it was created by Adobe. And the PDF is a very powerful format that can be used to do a lot of different things. I can have a PDF that can be viewed on the web. I can build hyperlinks to PDFs and embed video into PDFs. What we're talking about is a printable PDF, and there's a number of different options for a printable PDF. Let's look at those options right now. So we're going into Adobe Illustrator, and we created a printable document, and now we're ready to export that document. We went over and we looked at the printing and proofing panel. We talked about a rich black. We talked about the document setup and all that. We're going to go to File. And so what I would do is I would save the document twice. I would save the original document as my Adobe Illustrator file. I'll call it Postcard 1. .ai, and I would save that. And that is my Adobe Illustrator document. Save it as the most current version of Illustrator. And I want to save that version for me. And if, in case I need to make any modifications or changes to the document, I would open up the Postcard 1. I would make the modifications to it, and then export it back out as a PDF. Now let's look at exporting to the PDF standard. So we go to File. I'm going to choose, instead of export, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to choose Save As, and then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to choose the option PDF. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at, there's a bunch of different formats for PDF or standards, and we're going to run through each one. I'm going to explain to you which each one is for and which one to use for what type of work. So I'm going to click Save, and it's going to bring up the PDF options. And the first one we're going to look at is smallest file size. So this is if I'm sending a PDF over the web, and I want to make a web version of the PDF. So often what I'll do is if I have a client and they want to see the artwork, I don't want to send them a high resolution version of the PDF. I send them a low resolution version of the PDF, which is a web version that they can see on screen. So that's what this smallest file size version of the document is for. Let's go up and look at the next option, which is press quality. So this is high quality pre-press printing. This is the format that we're going to use eventually. Let's go up and look at high quality print. So let's look at press quality. So press quality is if I'm printing on my own printer, or whatever the case may be, right? And then high quality print, high quality print is for desktop printers and proofers. So this is if the person's going to print the document themselves on their own computers. And then the option that we want is press quality, which is use these settings to create Adobe PDF documents best suited for high quality pre-press printing. So I want to set it to that. Then I'm going to come down here. I'm going to go to marks and bleeds. And what I want to do is, I can do this a couple of different ways. Usually what I want to do is just put on trim marks and registration marks. And then I can use the document bleed settings inside of the document, okay? And so now I'm ready to export this document. I'm going to save it as a PDF. I want to do one more thing. I want to come here and I want to, under General, I want to check View PDF after saving and click Save PDF. So as soon as I finish creating a PDF, it's going to open up the Adobe application. It's going to show me how it looks. So this looks good, except for the fact that the trim marks are incorrect. So let's go back and let's do it one more time. And this time what we'll do, let's go back and save it again, and we're going to manually set the, I'm going to overwrite the original document as a PDF. And this time I'm going to go down, set it to press quality again, go down to marks and bleeds, and instead of, I'm going to put on trim marks and registration marks, and I'm going to manually set the bleed myself. And I'm doing that on all 4 sides at the same time. And I just want the bleed to be 0.125 inches. I'm going to click Save PDF. I've got the option to view PDF after saving. I click Save PDF. And I think this time we should have it right there. So now you see that the document is correctly set up. Here's my bleed. And when they print this document, they're going to print it on a larger sheet of paper and then crop it. So I've successfully set this document up for print, and I will be able to send this document to the printer, and the job would be run successfully. Now, anytime I'm sending a document to the printer, let's set this to 100%. Anytime I'm sending a document to a printer, I always get a proof. If you're doing print for the first time, my suggestion is always get a proof. There's 2 types of proofs. There's a online proof, which is good for checking like spelling, but a position of art, but that's always going to be able to tell you. So I would get a printed proof, build that into your time schedule. If you have to, pay for it yourself, because if you make a mistake and you have to go back and print it over again, it's a lot of work and a lot of extra money, and a lot of that can be prevented by getting a proof. And so you get a printed proof, look over the document, make sure that everything's correct before you finalize that print project. Let's stop here.